Hey everyone, and welcome to my intimidating series I want to read next video. So as of last month, I finished Derek Landy's Skullduggery Pleasant series, and I now don't know what to do with myself. It was a 15 book long series. Some of the books themselves were like 800 pages. It took me most of a year to get through it with the Dead Famous read along. It actually took us 15 months to get through it. I don't know why I said most of a year. It was over a year. But anyway, I now don't know what to do with myself because that series has been my life. It has been my favourite series. It still is my favourite series, but it's been a big part of my life and a big part of my reading life since I was 11 years old. I'm now 26 and now I don't know what to do with myself. So what I thought I'd do is make a video all about the other big books that are either big because they're really beloved in the book community kind of thing, or they're just really long series that intimidate me that I can maybe focus on next. So let's get into it. The first two series are both by Sean Maguire. The first one is the October Day series. This one is 15 books long and counting, but it's all about October Day. This is an urban fantasy where she's a half human, half fae character who has spent years outside of that fae world until she gets dragged back into it. That's all I really know. I just trust Shauna Maguire because I've read so many of her books now and really enjoyed all of them. I will admit indexing was slightly iffy for me, but the rest of them I've really enjoyed. So I really wanted to give this one a go. It's so long and it's still going, so I'm very scared of it, but I do want to read it at some point. I do own the first one, so I should probably get onto it at some point. The second one is Encrypted. This one is about the Price family, who are monster hunters, and Verity, who is one of the daughters, does not want to hunt monsters. She wants to be a ballroom dancer, but when creatures start going missing, she gets dragged straight back into the world of monster hunting and monsters and all the rest of it. And I love the idea of monster hunters. I'm always here for monster hunters. I love Sean's work, and also I really like ballroom dancing. I don't do it myself, but I'm a big fan of watching Strictly Come Dancing, and it's now gotten to that point where Strictly takes over my life whenever it starts. So around like August, September time, when they start with like the rumours for who's going to be going in this year, all the way through till Christmas Day when the Christmas special airs, I am in Strictly glitter mode, put it that way. And if from like the rest of the time, if I am watching any movie or any TV show, whether it's dancing, I will sit there and judge it. I'll be sitting there going, do they have the right posture? Are the shoulders back? All the rest of it. I sit there and I like judge like the freckles and things like this. I'm terrible for this, so I really want to read this book just to see what it's like judging dancing while it's written down and things like this. I would love to know all of that stuff, and I just am here for Sean's work, like I've said, so I really want to give this one a go. If you can hear that plane, please ignore it, but the next one I've got to mention is a manga series, and that is Ghost in the Shell. This is a really beloved, really famous sci-fi manga series. It's also an anime, I know that much. I haven't watched the anime either, but I am sort of relying on my library here for my manga, so that's why I haven't started it yet. But it is a really big series. It's really big in the sense that it's quite a few volumes long, as most mangas are, and also it's really big because it's really famous. It's about a woman who wakes up in a cybernetic body, if I remember rightly, with no memories of who she used to be. It's something along those lines. I think there's something to do with like crime fighting, that kind of thing as well. I'm really interested in all of that kind of stuff, and I've heard nothing but good things about the series, so whenever the library gets it in, I will be starting to read it. I have requested it like a year ago and it's still not here yet, so I'm probably not going to get it through the library, but fingers crossed I eventually do. Either way, I do really want to read this series. Another series I really want to read is Battle Angel Elita. This one is another one which is about cybernetic people, things like this. I have watched the movie of this and reasonably enjoyed it, but I really want to see what the manga does with it as well, so I just really want to read this manga. Again, it is massive in the sense that it's a really beloved manga, and also it's a really big series, and again, my library doesn't have it yet, so again, I'm requesting it and hoping for the best, but it's been like 18 months at this point and it's still not here, so I don't know if it'll ever come in, but fingers crossed it does, because I do really want to read this. Another one I really want to read is The Chronicles of St. Mary's. This is a really sort of like little known series, but my mum is obsessed with it. It is about time travelling historians and shenanigans, essentially. I have read a couple of passages that she knows I'll find really funny. It's like 12 books long at this point. Some of them are quite short, to be fair. There's short stories everywhere. There's a spin-off series as well. There's a lot of like time travel. Like I said, it's sort of like shenanigansy, but also there's a lot of like end of the world types of stuff going on and this kind of thing, and I really do want to read it, if not just to stop her from nagging me to read it. But I haven't gotten a chance to it yet. I really do want to read it, but I haven't yet, but I do want to give it a go at some point. It sounds amazing. Another one is the Dresden Files. Now this one is like 17 books long at this point. It's about magical private detective. Again, it's sort of like that skullduggery kind of idea, but this time we're set in New York, if I remember rightly. And this one is 17 books long and still ongoing. So it's massive at this point, but I've heard nothing but good things about the Dresden Files. I remember the TV show when I was a kid and absolutely loved it. I loved the TV series when I was a kid. And also, I do know that James Masters does the audiobook. James Masters as in Spike, who is one of my favourite vampires of all time. So it sounds like a recipe for brilliance in my mind. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I keep on putting it off. I was originally putting it off because I was reading skullduggery. Now I have absolutely no excuse further than the fact that it's 17 books long, still ongoing, and I am scared. Only reason why I haven't read it yet, but I do really want to get to this one. It sounds amazing. I'm here for the audiobook narrator, to say the least, and I just want to get to it. I really do want to get to it. Next one I actually have a plan for, and that is Reginald Hudlin's Black Panther series. Now this one is massive and also really well beloved because this series is sort of known as like the definitive Black Panther series, and the only reason why I haven't read it yet is because I am saving it, because I'm doing that thing again where I save specific comics for when their movies come out, despite the fact that these specific comics won't have anything to do with the storyline of the movie. I just like reading about Marvel characters as their movies come out, as you can tell by previous vlogs here. But this one I will be reading when Wakanda Forever comes out, which is the next Black Panther film, and I'm very excited for the film. I've got to admit, I'm really excited as well. Like, obviously I'm excited for the next Black Panther film. I loved Black Panther. I love Marvel movies. Who am I kidding? I'm just excited to watch the next movie in the Black Panther series. But either way, I also want to read this series along with all of my other Black Panther comics. I think it's just the fact that this one is sort of known as like the definitive, most famous Black Panther series that intimidates me, to be honest. The final one I have is We Hunt the Flame. Now this one is a really short series. It's literally a duology, but it is so well loved. I am scared of it because so many people love it and I'm scared I'm not going to like it, and that is the only reason why it is on this list. It's just the fact that it's really loved, and I sometimes don't do well with really loved books, but I really do want to give this one a go. I'm just scared of it. But that is actually a list of some of the more intimidating books that I really want to read but I'm scared of. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me which one I should prioritise or which I should put, like which others I should put on my list. I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a book related emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, which will have stuff about Black Panther when the film comes out if you are interested in that. I'll also leave a link down below as well to my Etsy and Redbubble store, which sells bookish merch and bookish bullet journal stuff if you are interested in that. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos where I hopefully actually read some of these books, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!